Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy, the Strongest Wizard, and tonight is indeed fighting, and we have ourselves yet another OP09 match. We got Bobo Dre on the left-hand side, piloting that RP Luffy, as well as a Baller on the right with that Rosinante. Now, a lot of people in my last video have been commenting, asking, where is the list, Wizard? Where is the Rosinante list? And I'm sorry to tell you, I am gonna take that list to my grave. I am gatekeeping that deck. I am not gonna let it ever hit the light of day. I'm totally kidding. I'm just gonna. I'll probably tweet it out this week or something like that. I just been forgetting. But getting back to this match, Bobo Dre here at 4 Dawn. We see the Bon Clay never misses. 7K into lead, we take it. And being a 6K leader is so nice, especially in this matchup. Just rare moments where Rosinante can actually hit you for AK, but that Bon Clay isn't gonna get kind of destroyed there by that 3-cost Dofi, and this is a big AK swing going into life, and we do end up taking it, dropping down to 2. Now, if you guys don't know, Bobo Dre is actually a content creator as well, so I'll leave her a link to her channel in my comment section, or actually in the description, so if you are interested in checking out her channel, please do so. But yeah, we have Bobo Dre here sitting at 7 active Dawn. And do we have some sort of ramp? I mean, honestly, a 7-cost kid would be kind of good here too. Even though Sugar gets insane value by resting whatever she gets to play out, or the Nami, which I imagine she's going to go ahead and probably rest the bigger character. But we're going to tap 7 here for the Ben Beckman. Actually going to get rid of the character Sugar very, very fast. And we could swing 6K over the 4K Dofi. And honestly, I probably would do so. But we're going to go to give him a 2K counter because we did swing into life. And the only reason why I'm swinging at the 4K character is that Rosinante is such a good deck when it comes to a cost kid and finding great utility for it. So getting rid of that card would have been really nice. But the 6 cost Inazuma comes out to play. And a lot of people don't know what this card is. 7K body, it's a blue card. At the end of your turn, when you have 2 or less cards in your hand, you draw 2. Yes, you draw 2 for free. It's so good. Using leader effect here on the RP Luffy side, going up to 10 Dawn. So we did, of course, use our effect for the turn. And if we take a kind of a peek into Drea's hand, she has quite a few event cards, which will definitely help her mid to late game. But playing out the 5-cost Queen, we're gonna minus a Dawn, drawing 2, trashing 1, and can someone putting this hand, please? I mean, we got like 8 cards in hand. That's just too dang many. But we do have to pitch one, of course. And she's got some options. She definitely has some options. We're actually going to go ahead and get rid of the 5-cost character from her hand. And now sitting with we have 5 Dawn active here. We're going to swing a big 5K with that Nami into life. Go ahead and counter out with that carrot. 6K into life connects. And now a 7K swing does connect as well. I definitely see there's no point in adding more Dawn onto a 7 when they took the 6. So 5K over the Nami does go down. 7K swing going into life. This is an easy 2K counter out of Drea's hand. And I think at this point we might want to do so, just because obviously we're only a 2-life leader, right? So and yet, go ahead and give him the Sanji, and now the 8-cost kid comes into play, and this is where the tremors start, the nightmares begin. 8-cost kid's just a really good card, period. We'll see what ends up happening, but it's tough out here regardless. So we have the 2-cost Rosinante, of course, as well as the 3-cost Dofi. So we're sitting at 10 Dawn. Best case scenario, maybe a Rayleigh hits the board. 8 cost, we get rid of the 2-cost character. This becomes a 5-cost or a 5K character, which would be really, really good. We can then swing 7 and 6 into it. We can actually swing 2 6s and a 7. That'd be the ideal situation, but no, we're gonna start things off here with the Nami, possibly not playing the card, possibly not even seeing it in hand. So many possibilities, but we are able to kind of add a couple cards in our hand. So maybe for the following turn, it can really help us out. So now sitting with 6 Dawn, we could swing pretty wide here, and I think at this point, I think we might have to. There's just too many blockers on the board, including the leader, because obviously Rosinante is a blocker itself. So 8K swing going into the character, we see the 1K counter, and we have technically 2 more swings left here. So this is another 8K swing going into the kid. We see another 1K counter, which is that carrot, and with 3 active Dawn, I am tempted to swing for 8 if I was in Drea's position here. here. And honestly, I think you should. I know we're probably afraid of losing one of these characters, maybe our life going further down, but we have the Onami, and with the amount of cards in Drea's hand, we gotta have a giant in hand, right? I mean, there's just no way. But regardless, I see both sides in the situation. So Dre taking just a second to think about her actions here, and we're gonna go ahead and just pass, playing it safe, and we're gonna restand our board here and finally go up to 10 Dawn. Baller being at the max 10, and we're gonna see the baby 5 coming down. Now I know baby 5 everyone knows, so yeah, Searcher, Fighting a Searcher, that kind of card is just so good. Cards like obviously like, you know, Bonnie, but this card in this deck is insane. 3 cost Dofi, 5 cost Dofi, Sugar. The search is really good here. I mean, there's a lot of really good targets in this deck. So we attaching 1 Dawn to our 8 cost character Kid there, swinging 9k. This could be into the Ben Beckman, or this could be into life. Nonetheless, we're gonna go ahead and give him a giant plus 4k to whatever that is. Pitching the Nami, we're gonna draw 2. Such a broken card, man. That card's insane. I don't think it's ban worthy because it's locked to straw hats, but dang, that card's good. 9k into the Ben Beckman. This could be once again or for the first time this turn, and obviously we just need a counter out of it. But we're gonna go ahead and give him the Nami there, and this is a big 10k going into the character Ben Beckman. We're gonna tap 1 Dawn and just radical beam it out. Absolutely love that card. I think that card is still really good. Plus 4k for 1 Dawn is just insane. But we are going to go ahead and face this this board once again. I mean, this is very difficult here. The blockers are still there. Everything's the same. The only difference is that we lost 2 cards, but we kind of replenished 1 with the baby 5, sort of, since it did just replace itself. But finding another target, I mean, it's just a little rough right now, especially for the fact that we have the leader Rosinante as well as a blocker. Drea has a couple options. I can imagine once again, if we have the Rayleigh, that's just super good here. If we don't play the Rayleigh, maybe we have a 10 cost Shanks. 10 cost Shanks making that a 7k kid would be really fantastic. If we have 10 cost character Luffy, I think that would be actually just really bad in general, just because we can't swing with our whole board. We get 0 value on the board, and at that point we probably should have swung with Queen the turn earlier, or blocked with it or something, you know. So we're gonna go ahead and tap with that 3 Dawn to rest the blocker, and it looks like we're making a power play to try to get rid of this character. Now we have to swing 3 times. This is a 1k counter, unfortunately, out of that 8k swing, and I think we need to divide it up here. We already spent the Dawn for the Uso Hachi. I think we just gonna have to let it rip. So this is a pretty big 10k into this character, and I think we're probably just gonna go ahead and block it with the Rosinante. I don't see why not. We only have 3 cards in hand, but no, we're going to give him the 0 cost event card. And now with 2 active Dawn, Dre is kind of sitting like, dang, did I just kind of mess up here? Was this a bad move? And honestly, I don't know. I mean, it's tough. It's tough, right? Now the only issue is that we left the 3 cost blocker up because we just rested it, right? And now we find the 2 cost Sugar. Oh man, replacing the baby 5, and this is like absolute control here. Resting the 3 cost Usohachi's kind of crazy. I'm surprised we didn't rest the Queen. Yeah, super interesting. And I don't think Sugar's 4 cost. Is it 4 cost? You know what? It is actually a 4 cost or less. I'm crazy. Don't listen to me. We're going to see the Gum Gum Giant. And we're going to minus 2 Dawn there, pitch a card. And now this is a big 9k going into the Ben Beckman here. Once again, the Ben Beckman must go. The question is, will Bobo Dre actually let it go, right? So 9k going into 7. Do we have another event card? Now, look, we could totally play another giant, but at this point, can we go down to 6 Dawn? We go to 6 Dawn. Next turn, we go to 8. We use a leader effect, go up to 9. I guess that's not the worst. We go down 1 Dawn, right? But I guess it depends on the play on the following turn. It really depends on what Drea wants to do to kind of get this going. And yeah. Not too sure here. I will say this is finals at DXN, so a lot is on the line, and we actually gave the 5-cost Queen the block, and now this is another 9k swing going into the Ben Beckman. This is quite rough here for Drea. I don't think you can allow this character to die. There's just kind of no way. If you're planning on swinging big, like 2 big swings next turn, it's kind of rough. And Inazuma is actually going to activate this turn as well. Such a nasty combo. We only have 2 cards in Baller's hand right now, so the leader will get to unrest as well as to draw 2 additional cards. So yeah, this is definitely very, very tough. I guess Drea's thinking to herself, at what cost do I need to keep this Ben Beckman alive? Like, does it really make a difference? Am I just, this is tough. But it looks like we probably are going to go ahead and counter out of this. And at this point, I kind of agree with her, right? So debating which cards to give, and maybe see another giant. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and drop down to 8 next turn. Currently sitting at 6, and we're going to pass the turn, restand our leader, and then draw 2 cards. I think that was like a 2k and a 1k, or I'm not too sure exactly what Baller did draw into, but Drea now sitting at about a good 7 to 6 cards in hand, which is quite healthy. We could use leader effect, which we do, going up to 9 Dawn, and it's not the worst, right? I mean, it looks like we did end up pitching the 10-cost Shanks, so that's a little unfortunate there. It's also possible too that Drea is playing around a Red Rock this whole game. Maybe she had a 10 cost in her hand and didn't want to play out a 10 cost character because of Red Rock. So definitely a couple possibilities. But we are sitting at 9 Dawn. That is the good part of the scenario. And even if we swing the Dawn here, just split it twice, 2 big swings into the kid, definitely, most likely, both of these characters will go down, at least the blockers, or we probably keep the Rosinante, the 2 costs up, and then we just take her last life, because why not? And even if you go into Goldie Roger, wouldn't matter. So we're swinging 8k into the 8k kid once again. Gives him a 1k counter, and now with 8 Dawn up, what is Drea gonna do? Yeah, this is we're back to square one here, unfortunately. Yeah, let me know in the comment section below, what do you think of this matchup? I know this is no one's thinking of this matchup, but clearly somebody clicked this video, right? So I want to get your opinion. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think of it so far? And also too, other than black, what really counters Rosinante? But we see yet another Ben Beckman, and what character are we going to get rid of? Honestly, I think we have to get rid of one of the blockers. It has to be or the Inazuma, honestly. I think the Sugar is doing a lot, but it's not doing enough. And so, yeah, she's actually going to go ahead and send out the 2-cost Rosinante, and then we're going to go ahead and just pass the turn, leaving 1 Dawn open. And I am very happy that we did end up doing that. I wasn't sure whether the Rosinante or the 6-cost Inazuma was probably better. But this 9k swing, once again, we're just continuously pressuring this Ben Beckman, and we've already gone through 2 giants. Does Drea have a third? I mean, every single time we play a giant, we're drawing 2 extra cards technically, so at least plus 4 cards out of these characters, right? So I definitely think Drea is going to go ahead and pay the price here for using these giants eventually. We're going to go ahead and pitch the 9-cost Whitebeard, that Edward Newgate, to get out of that attack. And now I think we probably might just split this, maybe play out another 2-cost character. And yeah, we're swinging heavy into this Ben Beckman. This is 5, 7. This is a 10k swing going to 7 is what it looks like. 10k going into 7. 9k, sorry, 9k. That was a 9k, can't count. But yeah, this is finally does go down, and then dropping another Rosinante. Oh my goodness, the horror. Yeah, Inazuma probably was a play, guys. It probably was the play last turn. Fortunately for Drea, Inazuma not getting any value that turn, so that's actually quite big. Not an extra 2 free draw. And Drea, like I said, back to square one once again. We're going to use leader effect going up to 10 Dawn, which is quite good for us. And we're just, this is another 8k swing, going to give him a 1k counter. and we're gonna tap 9 Dawn for the Whitebeard. That's actually super nice. Now our leader is an 8k base, swinging 8k into 8 gives him a 2k counter and then passes the turn. Now 8k lead is very good for us. Also gets rid of the sugar next turn or the Rosinante. Now I'm thinking, man, I wish we saw that card earlier, right? But yeah, this 7k swing, we see the counter, 7k swing goes in, and now this is a big swing into our Edward Newgate. Passing the turn, we're gonna draw 2. We only had 1 card in our 2 cards in our hand, unfortunately, and this is now looking a little difficult. 4 cards in hand. I'm sorry, 4 cards in hand now. And this is looking just really rough here for Drea. Reading the sugar, realizing that no matter what card she plays, because there is a Rosinante leader on the board, your characters just end up becoming rested once they get played. So 10 cost Luffy here. Now this is like, I think, the worst case scenario for Drea. Really good card for us right now. We're gonna use leader effect here to ramp 1. Now the Luffy character effect to ramp another. We're gonna go ahead and use the effect once again to ramp another Dawn, and this is a big 10k swing, I imagine, going into this kid. 2k, 1k. How do we still have enough? That's crazy. We see the block from the 10 cost Luffy, and we see the red rock, and that is so unfortunate for Drea. We're gonna attach 1 Dawn to our character, swing 7k with the Inazuma. We're gonna take it, dropping down to 1. This is a big 8k swing, 2k, 1k, 9k swing going to life, connects, and now we have the Inazuma ability to pass the turn to draw 2 to restand our leader. Oh man, this is looking a little rough. 0 cards on board for Drea now. We're facing a Sugar, a 2 cost Rosinante, an 8 cost Kid, the Inazuma, and with 1 life, Baller still has. So this is like probably the trifecta of the perfect like cycle of evil coming from Baller. And I keep saying, how does Baller still have more counter in his hand? Well, that's because of Inazuma, right? Inazuma allowing him to replenish his hand is insane. So playing out that 1 cost Nami, we're gonna look at the top 5, try to find an answer, finding a 0 cost event card, a little bit of counter there. We get to rest the Sugar, which is quite nice. I don't think we play a rush. I guess if we have Dragon, would be quite good here. But I don't think we have enough Dawn anyways. We don't. So 8k swing, see the counter. We see the Frankie -2 Dawn. We're going to go ahead and pitch a card to draw 2. We have a blocker now. No Dawn up for a Giants. And I mean, first off, we already ran through 3, right? So, but we have a little bit of defense, but I just don't think it might be enough. And now we see a Hody going down to 0. Baller does. This is a 10k swing going into life. We need a lot of cards out of our hand to get out of this. Yes, we see 4 cards out of hand. 8k swing going into life, and yes, Baller does end up taking it. Thank you guys so much for checking out this channel. As well as this video, I really do appreciate it, and stay tuned because I have a ton of new OP09 content coming out soon. See ya.